Welcome to Cards Yards. This is Cory DLG. This is Lou. We are hanging out at the stadium doing a quick hits Super Bowl edition of the podcast. We're going to talk a little pop culture about the Super Bowl, and then we're going to get right into our predictions. Lou, what do you got for us?
Well, one of the big things is ticket cost. One of the big things a lot of people are talking about, because it is in Vegas. I mean, we got Sin City, beautiful stadium that cost them like $2 billion, or whatever the case may be.
You know, when they were building it, the Raiders actually, the rumors were they were cash broke for those years they were building it because it was so expensive.
That's horrible. And like a lot of people are saying a lot of these tickets are like around $10,000 just for a regular ticket.
Just like a regular seat in the stadium.
Regular seat in the stadium. I mean, it doesn't come with no food, nothing. I mean, like...
That's not great.
Not everybody lives in Sin City, so, like, if you're traveling, I mean, that's not even including hotel costs. That's not calling... You know, you got to eat, right?
So, can you imagine
are you, like, living in your car?
Like, I mean, you're talking about, what, like a $25,000, $30,000 trip? Like, let's say you were going this weekend just for the Super Bowl, hotel, meals, and not even gambling, really. I mean, you're talking about between flights and Super Bowl... You're already 12 in, right?
Yeah,
like
I'd get divorced. Either get divorced or be in debt for the rest of my life, right? So, like,
right, and that's for one ticket.
I feel like it's becoming more of a corporate type of outing now. You know, Super Bowl, and there used to be a time where it was very affordable for us blue collared folks, the middle class and lower class, to enjoy these games here. You know, I mean, we are more of. I honestly think we're more hardcore fans than anything. We're the ones that put face paint on our belly.
Oh, sure.
You know, on our face and go out and really cheer them on, right? We're there for those 8 games, you know, of home games. Or if your team isn't, if you don't live in that city, I mean, when they do come to your city to play that home team there, you're like that one with that jersey of the away team, you know, like you're really cheering them on. And
God, I hate those guys.
I feel like that. It's just getting really expensive to the point where it's like, I don't even want to watch it no more or even entertain the fact that I'll ever make a Super Bowl and just watch it on TV, enjoy the commercials, and still watch the halftime in my own comfort of my home.
Now, I will say this. I do think it's important to make this distinction because, like, I used to do the Texans season tickets with my sister. We would split them every year. And the Texans would just charge us our cost for the seats. So it was... For 2 seats, it was $150 a game because $75 for each one.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Affordable.
Now, if the Super Bowl is doing something similar, and it's the secondary market that's turned them into $10,000 tickets.
No, it's the actual. It's actually from there.
That's worse.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, if I had a championship game going on, and people were willing, like if I still sell the stadium out and the tickets are $10,000,
I mean. That changes future pricing there all the way around.
100%.
We'll probably never make it to a Super Bowl ever unless we sneak in.
I believe in us. I think we can sneak in.
We probably could.
I feel very
I mean, I already scalped out the NRG Stadium.
If they ever come to Houston, we're going to camp in the stadium for 4 days.
Yes, I will travel with the laundry.
Be the guy inside the bus with the luggage.
You know, like... I don't think with the way the pricing's going, I don't think I'll ever see a Super Bowl unless I just happen to be gifted a ticket or I'll put it like this. I'll never spend $10,000
no.
on. I have $10,000. If I have $10,000 is going to better use than a football game that I can watch on television.
For sure. At this point, the person who's paying $10,000 to go is somebody where $10,000 is
nothing. Is $10 to us.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So
you know, it's kind of getting to the point. It's like, man, when's the Super Bowl going to be on pay-per-view?
You know, so there's been a lot of swirling around this. First of all, ESPN's getting really cozy with the betting networks. There's even shows called ESPN Bets.
Yep.
They're talking about selling part of the shares of ESPN to the betting.
Even SportsCenter does the one little segment of what's that segment when the bad calls?
Well, that's the bad beats.
The bad beats, right?
That was a comedy gimmick.
But it's still betting.
It is about gambling.
Betting and gambling.
Right. But now, I mean, there's a segment called ESPN Bets, and it's in the logo of one of the gambling things.
So it's horrible.
And it's I do think they're talking about ESPN potentially. I think I've read that Disney was talking about potentially having ESPN being an independent stream for like the major stuff because the viewership is there, and I don't necessarily hate the. Listen, the WWE has they started a streaming service when there wasn't enough to keep it on its own thing. They licensed it to Peacock for $2 billion.
But also back in the day too, WrestleMania and all that stuff was on pay-per-view too.
It was.
Right, you had to pay for that.
You had to pay, but then they gave it to Peacock, and Peacock was like, okay, if you pay us $2 extra more than the regular Peacock subscription,
then you can watch.
You get all the WWE stuff and all the pay-per-views.
Yeah, because that's actually $24 a year that they get
absolutely.
to get and do that over 1 million people.
And that was so WWE made I think $2 billion from Peacock. They're about to make $5 billion from Netflix. So there is sort of this weird thing where streaming and sports are becoming. Sports is always the most expensive win.
I think it's getting out of hand, man.
I can't
getting out of hand.
For $10,000 tickets, you're probably right.
I mean, look where they're going now. Prime. If you don't have Prime, you can't watch Thursday night games.
Right.
You know, if you don't have Peacock,
and if you
can't
remember,
watch
there was the playoff game. That
Peacock,
was Peacock exclusive.
Yeah.
The number of
had the lowest amount of views.
Yeah, of course it did, because you could only, and then the number probably 1 week subscribers.
I only watched the game because my sister-in-law allowed me to use her login. I'm not paying for another subscription.
And we're coming up on that where the technology is going to let them prevent people from doing that. So, like, how many people are going to do the free trial weeks just to watch the one game and can't, like, it is bad. It is getting
new email every time, right?
That's
horrible, dude.
It is getting bad.
We'll see where this goes. We'll definitely see where it goes.
Taylor Swift is going to be there, so that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Actually, do you think she's going to make it? Because remember,
she will. Tokyo, she did say she'll make it 24 hours before. Yeah,
because there's she's
going to make it.
You cross the timeline.
It's been a big subject, you know. Has been. So
I heard though that she already reserved parking for a private jet in Las Vegas. So she's already set to. You know, you got to dock them. You got to put them somewhere. You can't just put a jet on the runway and be like, "I'll be back in an hour." You got to make arrangements. So she's already made those.
Do you think she had a problem getting a ticket?
No. I would say the NFL probably
money didn't matter to her on that.
I would say probably before the NFL. I bet a thousand different people offered her to.
The NFL gave it to her. Well, matter of fact, Kelsey gets tickets.
Yeah,
Kelsey probably gave her a ticket.
Yeah, he probably did.
Him and Mom's.
And
a brother.
Many years ago, Matt Millen, head coach of the Detroit Lions. So everyone in the NFL, every employee gets the option to be able to buy Super Bowl tickets. Matt Millen got in trouble because he was like an assistant coach. And he used his option to get Super Bowl tickets and sold them on the secondary market because he was poor. And then the NFL got onto him for it. So the NFL does give access to the coaches and players of the entire league.
Do we get mad when somebody buys a box here and then breaks it and sells it?
We don't.
That's the.
But the NFL felt differently about scalpers.
No, it was. Oh, you know what it is? It's because they didn't get to sell the tickets for that much, and they didn't get the benefit off of that. That's what it's about, man. At the end of the day, it's about money.
So let's do this then. Let's go ahead and let's declare our winners because the lines have opened. San Francisco is 2-point favorites. I think we kind of agree that it's a bad idea to make Kansas City an underdog.
Yes. Kansas City underdog is lighting a flame. You can't do that to a competitive line like Mahomes and Kelsey.
Andy Reid.
Yeah. Andy Reid's the mastermind behind it all, but
I'll go first. I'll make it easy. I've been secretly telling you all show. This is the Red Raider of Texas Tech. I didn't go there, but Patrick Mahomes did, and I'm riding with him. Old Kermit voice is going to bring home another ring. It's going to be his third ring, his fourth Super Bowl. Well on his way to being almost the next Tom Brady.
You know what? I never agree with you.
You going to do it?
I never agree with you.
I know, it hurts, doesn't it?
But this time I am going to agree with you, and I'm going with Mahomes because they are defending champs. I think they have the better coaching staff. I think they have a lot of better role players. I mean, if we take... Let's go ahead and check this out, right? Running backs.
Yeah.
Who has the edge? Immediately you're going to say 49ers, right? Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey comes down. Who goes in?
That's the problem. If Christian McCaffrey were to go down...
You got Mitchell? Eli Mitchell?
Yeah.
He was a one-hit wonder.
The Chiefs have a great platoon of guys.
Chiefs has one of the hardest running backs in the game, Pacheco. He runs like... for his life, every running play.
Even if he...
Clyde Edwards-Helaire can catch out of the backfield. Yeah. And that man is hard to take down. I mean, dude, running back, it all starts... I always preach this. It all starts in the trenches. And what I mean by the trenches, I mean right there in that line. Yeah. Well, if you could solidify the running game, it will free up that passing game. Once you free up that passing game, oh man, the defense doesn't know what's coming, and then you have them in for a blunder.
And the Chiefs actually have a pretty good defense this year because it hasn't been their offense that's gotten them these wins.
I mean, Snead is actually really
sneaky
good. He keeps that really.
Jones has lived up to
might be his last year though.
As a Chief, it probably is.
I'm going with the Chiefs, and I'm going with the Chiefs by 10. Chiefs win it by 10. My prediction is 31-21.
So just like the last Super Bowl.
I didn't even know the score from the last Super Bowl.
So last Super Bowl, I checked.
It was 31-21?
31-21.
No, I'm not going 31-21. I am going. It's going to be a low scoring game. I'm going 21. Matter of fact, it's not by 10. 21-14.
Okay.
Last second drive, 49ers. Purdy throws an interception.
Oh, okay. I think it was 31-20. And what happened was the Chiefs were actually down 10 at the end of the third and then scored 21 in the fourth to win it. I'm going to say they just pick up from that fourth and they just score. They drop 30 in the first half, and the rest of the Super Bowl is just no, because I think what will happen is the Chiefs will take every team does it in the Super Bowl. You know, you're up big and you're celebrating your whole career. Then the second half of the game while the 49ers are trying to catch up. I think it'll finish close-ish, 7-10, somewhere in that range, but it won't be close. Like, they'll be chasing it the whole time.
I like that. Who's your first touchdown going to on either team?
We're going prop
Who's
bets.
Who's the first touchdown going to?
Well, obviously, we gotta weave the Taylor Swift into all this. The first touchdown is Travis Kelce.
Kelce all day.
All day. And when he spikes it, he does a little dance, and then he throws the T Swift heart out. And the ratings just pop.
Yeah.
Just pop. There's not going to be a proposal. There's not going to... Our producer right now is like, he's going to propose. There's not going to be a proposal.
If the Chiefs win, there's a prop bet out for that. You know that, right?
There's a huge one out for it. And also,
I think it happens, dude.
There's the conspiracy theories that T-Swizzle is going to name a presidential candidate. I don't think any of that's
No. I don't think that's going to go that far. I see the whole thing going down. What we just said. It is a prop bet.
Talk on the field anyway. They don't interview like everyone who walks on the field.
Let Kelce win. See what happens. He has nothing to lose. He's dating Swift.
I don't think he's proposing. I don't think any of the conspiracy theories happen. I think it's football. I think it's all football. I think it's
until after the game.
No, right? I really don't. I don't buy any of it. I think he's first touchdown. I don't think there's a proposal. I don't think any of the crazy happens. I think it's the first touchdown, and then I think it's it from there. I think he finishes like 7 or 8 catches, but once he starts going, San Francisco's defense is going to swarm him after that. Yeah. And then I think that's going to open up and let those receivers be one-on-one.
But the great thing about great quarterbacks is that great quarterbacks eat up defenses. Look what Brady did. Brady was not the fastest guy.
No.
Especially into his later years. But he knew how to eat up that defense, right? So now let's throw Mahomes in there where Mahomes can move around in the pocket, can escape, and get 20, 30 yards, possibly 40-yard runs.
Right.
What does that do for a defense? That means the linebackers has got to play up a little bit more. They leave it up. They leave all this grass on the field open.
San Francisco doesn't do a lot of man coverage either. They're predominantly
more of a zone. They're more of a zone, but they'll throw some blitz packages at you.
Well, absolutely, you can blitz out of the zone, but they run zones. That's their defense.
They do, and Mahomes is going to eat up the zone.
He will find all of the open spaces,
and Kelce will find that open grass everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Is once they start eating up the middle of the field, they'll move everything around to where they're like, okay, stop giving up the middle. And once they open up those sidelines. Rice down the sideline.
We'll stop Kelce. Okay, stop Kelce. Now stop Rice.
Yeah, now stop.
You stopped Rice. Okay, well, how about there's Pacheco on the check down, or I can throw to Scatlin.
Right.
Valdez Scatlin over there. I mean,
and once you start giving,
he's still a great receiver
because you can only cover so much, right? So this was the thing. The Texans one time had a really great defense because Clowney and Watt were getting double teamed.
They got a good defense this year.
They do.
But anyway.
So Clowney and Watt were getting double teamed. So all those linebackers were just beating one-on-ones. So Whitney Merciless would have 10, 12 sacks.
Dude, that was a great defense.
There was all these guys who were eating because 4 offensive linemen were blocking 2 guys.
I don't think this game comes down to offensive power. I think this game comes down to defenses. And if you ask anybody, ask the Ravens back when Ray Lewis was there and Ed Reed, and defense wins games.
And you can even ask this Ravens team, who just got beat by this Chiefs team, if they thought they were going to play a defense that tough.
Yeah.
And they would have said no going in, but coming out.
Defense wins games.
The defense was great.
I definitely looking forward to this weekend and watching the game in the comfort of my own home and holding my $10,000. Thank you, NFL, for making it harder for me.
Well, they kind of made it easy, right? They just took the choice right out of your hands.
Oh, they really did. But that's one bucket list thing I'm not going to be able to do in my life.
What are you doing this Super Bowl? Oh, watching it at home because I don't have $10,000.
Right.
There you go.
I'm definitely laundry man. I got to write this down.
But if you ever win one of those scratch offs, you ever see that where the prize is the Super Bowl tickets? That's why they're $10,000 because they're lottery prizes now. See, they got to make it worth
my
it.
odds are better sneaking in with the laundry than scratching a ticket. All right? My odds are way better.
Who do you think will be the first to score on the San Francisco side?
Debo.
Okay. I think it's a fair one. I think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to break off one of those 40-yarders.
So it's a coin flip there.
It really is.
McCaffrey is definitely a monster. We would have never seen this happening when he got drafted by Carolina.
As a matter of fact, I think in here we talked about it, and I said I don't think it matters at all, Christian McCaffrey going to San Francisco when it happened, because San Francisco had gotten every running back they had hurt at that point.
You're right.
And I remember
thought he was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
There's a couple games he did go out. I mean, a couple games he did miss.
Well, and his career in Carolina had been so injury prone that it was sort of like, okay, well, the guy who gets hurt a lot is going to the team that doesn't protect the running back.
Then again, he's going from 32nd worst team to the first overall best team. You know, like
suddenly the lanes are a lot bigger and the work is a lot easier.
You have an offensive line now. You have some people that are going to open up those gaps for you instead of let the people in the gaps.
Yeah,
where you're trying to get through, right?
And so it did change. It's a whole
different scene.
This changed his career as well. This makes him a big time running back. Whereas in Carolina,
he was like number 3 on the MVP talks as a running back.
Yeah,
and normally it's a quarterback that gets MVP
and
talks.
remember they were tracking that touchdown streak for a while. Because he had, what was it?
16?
Like
16, dude, yeah. And then he actually missed it, and he apologized on his account. Twitter account. I let you guys down. I was trying to keep it going. So I definitely see Debo making it. Debo is definitely that Swiss Army knife on that team where he can do it all, whether you want him at the running back slot or you want him in a slot or you want him in out on the edge.
So imagine,
he can play it all.
Imagine the play.
Put him at tight end.
You know, that's what I was actually about. So imagine the pistol play where Purdy's got Kittle and
dude,
Deebo
I don't
Samuel
know
on each side.
I've seen
and
that.
then behind him, Christian McCaffrey.
That's
a crazy lineup.
That's like a 3-headed hydra.
Yeah. If you're the defense, I mean, that play can go anywhere. Like, you really got to cover every square inch of the field.
Out of that, they can run several packages,
options, tosses, pitches,
regular handoffs, or even like a play action out of that thing.
Absolutely,
one goes that way, one goes that way, one goes up the middle, or whatever the case may be.
They can fake the handoff to McCaffrey, and by the time you look up, Deebo Samuel's 15 yards deep.
It's a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's definitely gonna be a fight. I don't think this is gonna be like the last one.
Well, the last one, the 49ers were in the lead until the fourth, and then the Chiefs.
It's going one way or another. It's either going to be a high offensive game or a low defensive game.
I really think the Chiefs are so amped up for this game because they spent all year struggling. This is the hardest year the Chiefs have had in a while.
Yeah, it has.
I really think they're just going to go out there.
Last 3 games they took over first.
I think they're going to go out there and just turn it up to 11, man. That's what I think.
We're going to see. So I called it. I said 21-14. Purdy throws a pick on the last drive, trying to go down and tie the game.
I'm going to say it ends like 31-24, but it was never close.
You think those are garbage points?
I think those are just
the
scores,
14 points was garbage time.
I think at the top of the fourth, the announcers will be running out of stuff to say.
Well, our announcers this year, one of them is Tony Romo, so we're going to get a lot. He definitely predicts.
Knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does. I wish he just did that in Dallas. We would have won more championships.
You know what I said about that? To me, that shows kind of that Jason Garrett was a bad head coach. Because
maybe Romo needs to go be a head coach.
Well, the way he
or offensive coordinator at least.
At the very least. When he went on TV and started just flat out, he audibled out, it's going to be this.
Dude, he was calling them to the team.
Dead on.
So
when that started happening, to me, I said, maybe Romo knew more than we realized. And then if that's the case, then Jason Garrett was the reason the offense struggled.
Well, for him to be in the Super Bowl and calling a Super Bowl, that's great. Like, we're going to get a lot of insight. He's
definitely a TV guy now.
Yeah, definitely is. He has a great voice, especially TV voice, to really, like, draw us in.
And interestingly enough, he also dated pop stars. Jessica Simpson, Carrie Underwood.
Wasn't
Remember-
Swift that started it.
It was Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson.
Yep.
Do you remember when he took the trip to Cancun on the bye week and everyone got mad at him?
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you can't do that," and he was like, "I'm off. Like, guys, this is my off time."
Yeah.
Plus, she's hot and a superstar. Like, why am I not going to Cancun? I don't understand what's happening. So I do think it's kind of interesting. He's hosting this Super Bowl, and the Kelsey and Taylor Swift thing is happening.
There you go with theories. Get out of here.
He was the first guy to do that. I think that's funny that now he's going to be on the other side of it.
Oh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
And by the way, he has called Taylor Swift, Kelsey's wife, like 3 times on TV. If you ever watch those games,
So
he has called it 3 times. He's been like, Travis's wife, girlfriend. He's done it multiple times.
what I tell you.
But I don't think it's happening.
Anyway, so that's our predictions for this weekend's Super Bowl. If you guys have your own predictions, make sure you drop them in the comments. Anybody that nails it, and of course we can see the timestamp, will receive a free gift from us.
Yeah, we got plenty of fun.
You don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be definitely well worth it. We know what it is. We know what it is, but you guys don't.
But we got tons of great stuff to give away. And as always, you can come hang out. Yeah. We got some new products in the store, including the Junk Big Bang Light Headband. This is the Texas Tech one. We got a lot of different licensed ones. A&M, UT, Dallas Cowboys.
LSU, Bama.
Yeah.
All of the...
There's all kinds.
Yeah.
We also have Astros binkies. Jose Altuve re-signed, so now we can just get one for him. He's a little guy. He could use a binky. And then we also have Lego minifigures. We've got books. Yeah. We are expanding the sports
My
collection.
favorite is definitely the mugs.
The mugs? Oh, we do have the
customized mugs for you guys that are big baseball fans.
It's got Astros and Rangers. You can get any team you want. We can order that.
It was really nice.
Come in and see us. Come in and see all the new stuff we have. Come in and see all the cards that we've got.
And don't forget, leave your predictions down at the bottom.
All right, thanks, guys. Y'all have a great one. Enjoy your Super Bowl because we're going to. And Lou's going to start saving $1 a day for the next 10,000 days and go to the last Super Bowl they ever have.
Yeah, right.
All right, y'all have a good one.